Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Springfield High School for tonight's PIAA District 1 Class 5A championship football game between the visiting Clippers of Chester High School and your hometown Cougars of Springfield High School. My name is Don Cadge. I'll be bringing you play-by-play tonight. With me is color commentator Bill Adolph. Our other color commentator, Stan Johnson, is also here. He's a little bit under the weather, so we're going to be hearing mostly, if not completely, from Bill tonight. So, Bill, let me outline a couple of ways these teams are similar, and then we'll talk about what you think are the keys for victory for each team. First of all, both of these teams come to the district championship game tonight undefeated at 13-0. Chester won the Del Val and defeated 5 non-league opponents, while Springfield went undefeated in the Central League and defeated Perkiomen Valley in their only non-league game at the beginning of the season. If you look at points for and against with these teams, they're very similar. Springfield has scored 492 points, given up 209. Chester has scored 474, only given up 68, so they're similar there. Third, each of these teams come to tonight's championship game never having won a district championship. Springfield has had 4 chances. The Cougars lost to Great Valley in 2014, to Academy Park in 2016, to Unionville in 2017, and then last year to Westchester Ruston. The year before that, in 2023, the Clippers played Strathaven and came out on the losing side of that one. So somebody is going to walk away tonight with their very first district championship. When you look at common opponents, there are 2 of them. Both teams have played Garnet Valley. The Cougars beat them 28-7. The Clippers beat them 38-7. When you look at the other game that's common, Marple Newtown, Springfield beat the Tigers 34-17, and in the first round of districts, the Tigers held Chester to a very tight 15-10 score, which maybe we can talk a little bit about in a minute. And finally, even though Chester is a pass-first team, they can still run the ball when they have to. The flip of that, Springfield is a run-first team, but we can pass the ball when necessary. So when you look at those facts, each team is similar because they're very well balanced offensively. So this is an all-Delco final, Springfield Delco and the Clippers of Chester. So Bill, this is how they're similar. Something's going to make a difference tonight. What do you think that's going to be?
Defense. Defense is going to make a big difference. And, obviously, these are the 2 best teams in the district, okay? And the coaching staffs on both teams are excellent, and I'm sure they've done a lot of their homework, as you have done. Thank you for all that information that you gave us. It was absolutely outstanding. The Cougars have an advantage. Their home field, okay? Their home field. There's no question about that. And they feel comfortable, playing these home games. And they were here last year, okay, and lost. So Chester has unbelievable amount of size. This is definitely probably the largest football team that I've seen in decades, okay? When you have 4 players over 300 pounds, okay? I mean, all of our viewers are all Eagles fans as well. And this Chester team is as big as the Philadelphia Eagles team, size-wise. So the advantage that Springfield does have is they do have speed. And they hit the line fast, and they run a lot of counter plays. Springfield's defense has to prepare themselves for the pass. We're facing probably the best quarterback that we faced all year, with some tremendous wide receivers.
Yeah, let's talk about their quarterback for a minute. His name is Jalen Harris. He's number 1. He's a 4-year starter. And listen to this statistic. He's the all-time Delaware County passing leader with a career total of, and this is unbelievable, in his 4 years at Chester High School, he has thrown the ball for 7,958 yards. That is mind-numbing. I mean, that's about 2,000 yards per season. That's incredible.
I thought that was a league total, not an individual quarterback's total.
So let me ask you another question. Last year, we talked a little bit about this before we went on air, is a year ago, as you mentioned, Westchester Ruston came to Springfield. The Cougars were the top seed. We had the home field. We've been kind of asserting our will on both sides of the line against everybody we played. That's been true this year. But in that championship game, Ruston came in here and, quite honestly, kind of dominated the line of scrimmage. How important do you think that's going to be in tonight's game?
It's very important. It's very important. Springfield's going to have to run the football and keep Chester offensive team off the field. That's the key to a Cougars victory tonight.
So let's talk about Springfield a little bit. Leading individual players for the Cougars, obviously, are Luke Valerio. He has 1,487 yards, 19 touchdowns. His teammate Tanner Cole went over the 1,000-yard mark last week. He has 1,010 yards and 13 touchdowns. Now, not that many schools have 1,000-yard rushers. Springfield has 2. That's pretty impressive, I would say.
Well, it really is impressive, and it just shows you how many times they run the football and how long they keep it. When you have 2 running backs like that, and it's going to be very difficult for Chester to keep them inside the 5 yards gain, 5-yard gain, 5-yard gain. Nobody has done that against Springfield all year long. Okay? And Springfield last week always made the big play. They had 3rd and 7 and 3rd and 8, and they were able to make the big play. That's something that Coach Britton and his offensive coordinator does a great job in doing.
So the captains for each team are getting ready to go out to midfield for the coin toss. There's a really interesting human story for Chester here tonight, and that is that the quarterback, Jalen Harris's brother, Deron Harris, is his twin. And these 2 guys have been playing football at Chester High School for 4 years. Deron is the top receiving target, and he does all kinds of other things, including returning punts and kickoffs, and he also plays in the secondary. So this should be quite the game. Both teams, obviously, to get to this level, have to be outstanding on both sides of the ball. Each team has to have a pretty large group of skill positions, and it's going to be interesting to see, Bill, as this game materializes, what's going on down there in the trenches? What's happening at that line of scrimmage? Is there a hole or not? Are the linebackers reading the blocks right? Are they getting in the gaps? So let's keep our eye on the line play, because as you mentioned, as those of us who are big-time Philadelphia Eagles fans know, I think the coaching staff in South Philly would say, yeah, it's all about blocking and tackling and being strong up front. So let's see how the game plays out. At the moment, we're going to ask all of you at home to join us in honoring America with the playing of our national anthem. Well, Bill, this place is absolutely packed. Looking across the way, the only place that's open is the far left side of the home stands. That'll be for the Cougar band. The Chester side is full, and there's people rimming the field. It doesn't get any better than this in high school football.
It really doesn't. I mean, we had a packed house for the Strathaven game. Okay, that was an unbelievable crowd. But this one has that beat. And, hey, this is the district championship. And when both teams are within 10 miles of each other, this is the type of crowd you get.
Well, like we said, it's all Delco this year.
It's all Delco.
District 1, for those of you who might be new to District 1 football, is comprised of Bucks County, Chester County, Montgomery County, and Delaware County teams. And the two teams that have made it to this final are both from the great county of Delaware County, Pennsylvania. So both teams are getting their final instructions for the kickoff. The Cougars will be kicking off. Going deep for the Clippers are number 4, Aleem Gidgets, and number 6, Jarrell Palmer. Springfield's kicker, number 97, Zarel Suarez, will tee the ball up on his 40-yard line.
Like I said last week, I hope he hits line drives that hit the ground first, because you don't want to kick the ball deep into the air and give these outstanding running backs an opportunity to take it all the way.
Actually, they've lined up in an I formation. Jarrell Palmer's at the 15, and Gidgets is at about the 10-yard line. Let's see what they do as the kick is away. Every detail matters in these games, right, Bill? Turnovers, penalties, everything. And the district championship game is away. It's a squib kick, picked up, and the player had his knee on the ground, so the ball will be placed down where he fielded the ball.
And I think there was a flag on the field. I think it's going to be a personal foul against the Chester Clippers for a very late hit after the whistle.
Well, let's see. It was an early whistle because of the man being down. So you're right, it is a personal foul on Chester. So that's going to move the ball back 15 yards and take what had been pretty good field position outside their own 30 back inside the 20. The referee is going to sit the ball down on just about the 16-yard line, where it's first down 10 yards to go for Chester.
And Mike DePetris is the Cougar who got hit late on the play, and he's still in the game, so that's a good thing.
So keep your eye on number 1, quarterback Jalen Harris. As mentioned, leading passer in the history of Delaware County. He's back in the shotgun. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Harris gets it, back to pass. 3 or 4 step drop. Little pressure's applied, looking downfield, nothing down there, and he takes the sack.
Good defense by the Cougars. There was no one open down deep.
That was Tanner Cole in on that sack. Great coverage sack by the Cougars. That'll be a loss of about 6 on the play. It'll be second down, 16 yards to go for Chester. Harris takes the snap, handoff, up the middle. There's some room, breaks a couple of tackles.
Solid run there.
It's an excellent run by Shad George. Shad is one of these do-everything guys for Chester. He's about 2 yards short of the first down. No huddle offense. Man runs to the right. Cougars pursue. I don't think he got to the first down marker.
He did not. They probably lost 2 yards on that play.
So they tried to go with a quick snap. Now it's 4th and 3 for the Clippers. And it looks like they may or may not be going back into punt formation.
I think they are, Don.
The punter is number 8, Chad George. Springfield is now convinced we're going to send a single receiver back. That's Luke Valerio, number 3 for the Cougars.
Clippers are still bringing players in.
Yeah, there's a little confusion out there on the Chester special team. Good snap. Fake. It's a fake down the right-hand side. Goes the kicker, and it's going to be close. I think he did get enough for the first down. So they ran the fake from the 26-yard line on 4th and 3, and the kicker was able to get just enough yardage for the first down out at the Cougar 27-yard line, where it's 1st and 10 for Chester. That would have been a big opportunity for the blue and gold, Bill, if they had been able to
no question
wrap
about
them up. Now over center goes Harris. Pitch left. Good pursuit by the Cougar defense. The man cuts inside.
Good defense there by the Cougars.
Gets a couple yards. That was Jarrell Palmer. He's the lead tailback most of the time. Once again, right to the line of scrimmage go the Clippers. They're running a little bit of a hurry-up offense out there right now.
T.J. Valetti on that tackle. Real good tackle by T.J.
I formation on this play. But no, it's a shotgun. Single tailback. Another handoff over the right side. Breaks the first tackle. That's good pursuit. Good strong run by the Clippers. Once again, that was Jarrell Palmer. It's 3rd and 2 for the Clippers. Quarterback goes around the right side. That's Jalen Harris.
Just enough, you got it.
Going to be close. Looks like they're going to give him the first down. So Chester's run 7 plays here, gained a little over 21 yards, but they've moved the chains twice. Ball's up to their own 38-yard line, where it's first down, 10 yards to go for Chester.
I thought that was a very generous spot.
Yes, it was.
Trips left formation.
Watch the pass here.
Looks like they may be changing the play. Now they're going to call a timeout. The coaching staff wants a timeout. I'm not sure the players see it. Handoff up the middle. Tripped up. Looked like he had a big hole to run through, but he got tripped up by one of the Cougar linemen.
Good play there.
Keeps the gain for only about 2. It'll be 2nd and 8 for the Clippers. Billy, you're surprised they're running the hurry up here in the first quarter?
Am I surprised? No, I'm not surprised. I was surprised about the fake punt, but this hurry-up offense, that's what they run.
Another handoff. Ball carrier gets the ball up close to the 45. They'll probably give him forward progress to about the 44-yard line, or maybe the 45. So once again, it's 3rd down, 3 yards to go. Springfield's been running a 3-man defensive line in this series. I guess giving the linebackers the opportunity to watch the play develop. Shotgun formation, 3rd and 3 for Chester. Handoff over the left side. And once again, ball carrier on good second effort gets it across the down line up to the 49-yard line for the 3rd consecutive running first down. They're also chewing up a lot of clock on this first drive. We're approaching the 7-minute mark here. They've had the ball for 5 minutes and aren't even to midfield yet, but they keep moving the chains. So an interesting start to this game. Short pass on the bubble screen. Ball carrier.
Good tackle. Very good tackle.
That pass was caught by Sakai Brown Murray. He's a junior at Chester High School. Good defense by the Cougars, as mentioned. Holds it to a gain of 1. TJ Valetti on that play for Springfield. It's 2nd and 9 for the Clippers. Back to pass goes Harris. He's looking for the home run. The ball is caught. Or is it intercepted? Let's see. The Springfield player thinks Springfield has it. Who has the ball? It looks like Springfield may have the ball. No, they're going to give it to Chester.
Boy, that's very questionable there.
Catch was made by Aleem Gidgets. Now they're going to call it incomplete. They're bringing it back.
Well, that makes much more sense than the Chester receiver catching the ball, because if the Springfield...
There's a penalty here. They're moving the ball back. They just moved the ball back 10 yards. It must have been... Here we go. There's a holding call.
That's
on
the
Chester.
reason.
There
Yeah.
it is. Yeah, we were so busy watching downfield, it wasn't too obvious that there was holding in the backfield there. So now it's 2nd and long for the Clippers. 2nd and 19. They're moved back to their own 40. That was a beautiful throw, by the way, by Jalen Harris.
He's got such a strong arm.
That's why he's the all-time leading passer for Delaware County. That was a gorgeous pass. Man in motion. Harris. Screen pass.
Intercepted.
And it's picked off.
Intercepted.
That's Finn Delaney, I believe, with the interception. Number 6, the junior at Springfield High School.
Beautiful.
That
Beautiful.
was a deflected pass, and Finn was alert for the deflection. Not only does he get the ball for his team, but he gets it in great field position right at midfield for the Cougars' first possession here with 5:52 remaining to go in the first quarter. So the Cougars bent a little bit but did not break, get the turnover. Let's see what the blue and gold can do here in terms of moving out some of these big defensive linemen. The 2 middle defensive linemen for Chester come in at 330 and 344 pounds. So let's see if the Cougars can pound the rock like normal against this defensive line. John Hopkins up over center. I formation for Springfield. Back to pass goes John. Pass out into the flat. It's caught by Valetti. Down the right side goes TJ. Another beautiful pass out to the right side, right on the money by sophomore John Hopkins. Valetti carries the ball inside Chester territory, down to about the 32-yard line, where it's first down, 10 yards to go for Springfield.
That's the 4th straight game that Springfield opened up with that pass. That should loosen up the defensive line and linebackers a little bit now.
So Cole's in the slot. Valetti the tailback. In front of Valetti, there goes Luke. Nothing there. Maybe a yard. Good play by the Clippers. It'll be 2nd down, 9 yards to go for Springfield. Ball sitting at the Clipper 31-yard line.
You're going to have to double team this defensive line where you're going to run the ball. Just being 330 pounds can clog up the hole.
Go on the other side. A little bit more room, but not much. Give them maybe 3. Luke's a little gimpy getting up after that play.
Yes, he is.
I'll give him a gain of about 4. It'll be 3rd and 5 for Springfield. Definitely in 4-down territory here. Let's see if TJ or Tanner get this carry.
I would think so. Luke is still limping a little bit.
Or maybe they'll run the little pass out to the side to Mike Neville. Neville goes to the left. Handoff. There's a
flag on the play.
Play is stopped. That'll probably be motion on Springfield, which it is. So that's going to take the 5 yards the Cougars had gained pretty much back to the original line of scrimmage. So it's 3rd and long for Springfield. Bill, you predicted defense would make the difference in this game. We're not quite through the first quarter yet, but so far that's been pretty wise.
Yeah, well,
Neither team's been able to do a whole lot yet offensively. That's 3rd and 10 for the Cougars. Hopkins over center. Single tailback, Neville in motion. Back to pass, screen play. Breaks the first tackle, goes down the left-hand side. Excellent play by the Cougars.
should be a first down, Don.
That was Tanner Cole with it. Great play by the Cougars to get Tanner Cole in space out there. And once he beat that first guy, it was look out with his speed. So Springfield in the red zone down to the 14-yard line where it's first down 10 yards to go for the Cougars.
That's what Springfield was doing all last week as well. Real tough 3rd down play, and they were able to get it done.
I formation. Hand off to the up back, TJ Valetti. He barrels down inside the 5.
A quick dive play.
Boy, that was an unbelievable dive play. It was a 13 or 14-yard dive play. He just kept going. Somebody opened up a big hole on the left side of that offensive line. It was probably Dom Stewart or Zion Colbreth or both of them. But, boy, there was a hole there for TJ. And it's 1st and goal at the 3 for Springfield, looking to maybe get the first points on the board here in this District 1 championship game. Hopkins over center, up the middle. Valetti gets a few, maybe half of it. I guess, Bill, they figure if you can get 13 yards on the dive play, you can get 3, right?
Yeah, I'm not going to disagree with that call. That was a good call.
Give him a yard down to the 2.
It's going to be tough to run right up the middle. It's going to have to go off tackle or around the end.
I formation. There's the pitch. Excellent pursuit by Chester. A lot of speed on the outside. That was Valerio. He got tracked down for pretty much no gain. So now Chester with a goal line stand is facing a 3rd and goal from the 2-yard line. Credit to the Clippers. It was 1st and goal at the 3. They've held sturdy for the first 2 plays. Let's see what the Springfield coaching staff dials up in this situation. Hopkins over center. Handoff. And in for the touchdown. That was Luke Valerio with the score. So with 1:39 remaining here in the opening quarter, Springfield gets the first points on the board on a 2-yard run by Luke Valerio. And now in for the extra point is kicker Zarel Suarez. The center is Jackson DeConti. The holder is Ryan Powers.
These extra points are really going to matter tonight.
And this has been a little bit of an adventure for Springfield this year. The hike, the snap, the kick is up, and the kick is good. So, with 1:39 remaining in the first quarter, Chester turns the ball over on their first possession. Springfield gets the ball at midfield and rolls down the field with a nice blend of passing and running, Bill.
Without question, that was a great series for Springfield. It really was. And I think that the play calling was excellent, and obviously you can call the best play there is, but if you don't have the athletes, and they are really doing the plays well. I mean, they are executing 100%. So good job by the Cougars.
On that touchdown, there was a great block in there by Dom Stewart of Springfield to open the hole for Luke to barrel through for the score for the Cougars. So Suarez tees the ball up on his 40. At the beginning of the game, the Cougars tried to it appeared they tried to keep the ball away from the deep men of Chester. Let's see if they do another squib here.
I think they will. I think they will.
Remember last week?
Yes.
Springfield gave up a long kickoff return in the Strathaven game near the end of the first half. They maybe want to try to avoid that here. Let's see. Once again, it's a little bit of a line drive. Ball hits the man. It's rolling around. Picks it up. Looks to move to the right. Springfield's pursuing. Great job by the special teams. There was no place to go for the Chester return man.
I think the Springfield special teams and the coaching staff is doing an excellent job in the way they're kicking off. This Chester team, they probably have 4 players there that can take it coast to coast, okay? And to put it on the ground and have them go down and try to pick the ball up, okay? You lose a lot of blocking and really puts them in deep in their own.
So Chester was backed up on their first kickoff by a penalty. In this case, it was a good coverage job by the Cougars. The Clippers are on their own 19-yard line. First down, 10 yards to go. Jalen Harris, hands off on the draw play up the middle. That was a good design play by Chester. It looked like it was going to be a pass, but it was a draw play up the middle for some decent yardage. That was Shad George with the ball. Give him a gain of 6. It'll be 2nd and 4 for the Clippers.
Good tackle by the Cougars defense.
Ball's up at the 25-yard line. We're down to 1 minute to play in the first quarter. Harris, short pass out to the right.
Good defense, very good defense.
Tremendous play by Luke Valerio out there, one-on-one against Sakai Brown Murray. Nice tackle by Luke. Results in a loss of a yard. Moves it back to the 24-yard line, where it's 3rd down, 6 yards to go for Chester.
Big play here for the Cougars defense.
And what the Clippers did before their turnover with their first drive is they kept executing these 3rd down plays. Let's see if they keep doing that. 2 receivers to each side, a little bit of a wrinkle in the formation. Harris looks around the field, takes the snap, short pass. Once again, great pursuit by the Cougar defense. That bubble screen has not been working very well.
Cougars have it well covered, well covered. It kind of surprised me. You know, I thought they would be going a little deeper.
Looked like Rohan Sparks was out there along with Mike DePetris. We heard coming in that the Clippers like to run that bubble screen a lot. And so far, Springfield's pretty much taken that play away from the Clippers. Well, that's the end of the first quarter of play. With the score, your hometown Cougars of Springfield High School 7 and the visiting Clippers of Chester High School 0. So, Bill, I guess if you're a Springfield fan, you got to be pretty satisfied with that first quarter. What do you think?
I'll take 4 quarters like that. No question about it. No, the Cougars played tremendous defense, made some big plays, and their offensive drive was just really great, really great.
For those of you who are watching, we just got told that there are more than 4,000 of you watching this game tonight. So we have a packed house here at the stadium and 4,000 online watching this game. So you think there's some interest in this football game tonight, Bill?
I'll tell you what, Don. All season long, that's all I've been hearing from all my neighbors and friends that I see at the gym, I see on Saxer Avenue, I see at the other restaurants. It was just, go Cougars, go Cougars.
And the exact same thing's true for the Chester City community as well. Their stands are packed. They have a great following here for the Clippers. And anyway, we're back on the field now. It is a punt formation for Chester. Interestingly, the Cougars only have 1 man back. Usually Mike Neville is back there with Luke. That's a wobbly kick out of bounds to the right side. That was not a good punt by the Clippers kicker, and that once again is going to give Springfield a short field. The Cougars started their first drive right on midfield, and this time the referees are going to place the ball down on the Chester 45-yard line. First down, 10 yards to go for Springfield.
Real good field position and great defense there.
3 and out was the key. And Bill, as we all know, it's tough enough to stop Springfield's offense. But when you only have to go half the field, it puts even more pressure on the Chester defense.
Yes.
because pretty much from the get-go, the Cougars are pretty close to 4-down territory here if they need it. Here's the patented I formation for the blue and gold. Handoff, Valerio, left side, finds a little bit of room, dances his way down inside the 35-yard line. That was vintage Luke Valerio following his blockers, cutting in and cutting out, and gets enough for the first down at the Chester 34-yard line. Great effort by that left side.
That is actually their number one offensive play. Number one offensive play right there.
Give him 11 yards on that play. And once again, that left side with Dom Stewart and Zion Coldbreath, number 74 and 55, and probably Jackson DeConte, the center, number 76, also getting into that play. There goes another one to the left. There goes Valerio. He's going to get a decent gain out of that one, too. And I guess, Bill, until they stop you, you just keep pounding that play, right?
Yeah, it's very successful, and you got two good running backs there, and it's hard. And linebackers are coming up. It looks like they're taking out one of the big boys, number 79, and in comes a small kid. He's only about 210 pounds, number 55.
That's Solomon Dotson, yes. It's actually 264.
Yeah, small kid.
No, it's 2nd and 4 for the Cougars. Back to pass goes Hopkins. Wide open. Oh, it's a little bit overthrown.
He was open. Luke was open.
I think that pass was intended for Tanner Cole out there. Or was that Luke?
That was Luke.
Yeah, he was open, just a little bit beyond his reach. So now it'll be 3rd and 5 for Springfield. I think John Hopkins would like to have that pass back.
I think we're in 4-down territory, though, Don.
Valetti, the up back. Valerio, the tailback. Hand off to Luke, left side. Gets some movement, gets pushed down, a little bit of a scrum out there.
Going to be very close.
Luke's legs kept going, and the lineman helped him get down pretty close to the first down marker. Looks like they're going to mark it about a yard short. So here's a big play in this game. 4th down, a little bit less than a yard to go at the Clipper 25-yard line.
Yeah, big play right here, Don.
Sure is, for both teams.
I'd like to see the Cougars try to draw the Clippers offside. Cougars got
Hopkins over center. Man in motion.
Yep.
You called that one, Bill. That's exactly what they tried to do when he saw the time judge raise the hand. He called the first timeout for either team in the first half here.
That's a good play there. Okay, try to draw them off sides and then call a timeout.
So while we have a minute here during the timeout, let's talk a little bit about the history of Chester football. We all got some communication this week from Chester High School. There's some unbelievable information. Chester High School has been playing football since 1890. This is their 135th year of high school football. They've played 1,268 games. And they're within 7 wins and losses of being a 500 team. They have 585 wins, 592 losses, and they have 91 ties. But can you imagine a 135-year history of high school football at Chester High School? I think that's really cool.
It really is. It really is.
Does anybody know when Springfield started playing football? I know it goes back into the 40s. I don't know if it goes into the 30s or not.
I heard it was 1937.
So Stan just said he thinks it's 1937 here in Springfield.
Stan, were you a freshman that year?
Now that's a low blow, Mr. Adolph. So anyway, if the Cougars have been playing for 68 years, Chester wins that one. They've been playing for 135. Talk about storied history of Delco football. Here it is, right in front of us. Now, big play here, 4th and a yard. Handoff, Valerio, plenty of room. He's got more than enough. He burst through. Oh, it's Tanner Cole through the hole. Yeah, Luke's in the backfield there. That was Tanner Cole. Good blocking once again by the left side, and the Cougars are back in the red zone at the 17-yard line, where it's first down, 10 yards to go for Springfield.
That quick play really is working for the Cougars. Okay, right off tackle.
And so far, anyway, Springfield has done a good job at the line of scrimmage. We'll see if that continues as the game goes on. Handoff, Valetti, pounding the rock. Somebody's helmet is rolling on the field. He'll have to take a play off. That's Dom Stewart. I think by PIAA rule, that player has to go out for a play. So Dom trots off the field. The ball's just inside the 15. Give him a gain of maybe 3. So second down and a long 7. Let's see if maybe the Cougars dial up a pass play, decide to run to the right this time. 2 receivers over the right side. Got a few yards.
Brings up a third down, Don.
That was Valerio. Gets down to about up the 11-yard line. It's going to be 3rd and 4 for Springfield. Maybe a little closer to the 12 where they marked it. Over center, high formation.
Little counter play.
Tanner Cole down the left side.
Got the first down.
The key was to reach that corner and cut it up, and Tanner Cole did it. They've been running that play throughout the season. So somebody was out there cutting off the defensive end and the outside linebacker, and down went the sidelines when Tanner Cole for the first down inside the 10-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal for Springfield.
It was a great play call.
Ball sitting at the 5-yard line. Mike Neville splits right. Cole in the slot. Handoff. Nope. Flag thrown. Probably be a motion call on Springfield. Let's see.
Valetti was not in position.
Oh, it's offsides on Chester.
Yes.
Interesting. So that's going to be half the distance to the goal.
No, they're putting in their 2 big guys now.
Big and bigger.
Boy, that's for sure. Those guys are really good players. One of them is a commit to Syracuse University. Cougar ball to 2.5, 1st and goal. Handoff over the right side.
Picked up about a yard. Could be 2nd and goal from the 1.
That was Valerio with it. The Chester player who's committed to Syracuse, his name is Shamaj Henry. He's a senior, 6'8", 330. Will be attending Syracuse University next fall. Ball's at the 1. Handoff. Excellent pursuit there. Good line play by the defensive line. Chester got penetration on that play.
Yeah, the inside linebacker.
Great surge there.
So no gain on that play. Now it's 3rd and goal at the 1. This is very similar to the first touchdown drive. Springfield had 1st and goal at the 3. Chester held for 2 plays, and then the Cougars punched it in. Let's see if Springfield goes left like they did on that first drive. Valetti the up back, Valerio the tailback. Going to the right. Luke Valerio takes it in for the touchdown. That's 2 touchdowns for number 3, Luke Valerio, this time from a yard out. And with 7:09 remaining before halftime, that touchdown makes it Springfield 13, Chester nothing, with the point after touchdown to be attempted.
Excellent running game there by the Cougars.
Here's the extra point attempt, the snap, the hold, the kick is up, and the kick is nothing quite yet. There must have been a flag thrown.
I think a penalty against Chester.
So far this year, with the exception of one time that I can remember, frequently Coach Britton goes for 2 in this situation. Let's see if he decides to do that or just get the point here. I can only think of one time when, in this scenario, the coaching staff appears to be refusing the penalty. If they refuse that and the kick was good, the point's good, right?
Yes.
So the coaching staff saying, refuse the penalty. I'm not sure they've made that final decision yet.
Unless the whistle was blown before the snap.
That's very possible. That's a good point, Bill. Yeah, if they jump before the snap, that play would not count. I don't think. They're going to go for two. Here comes the offense back on the field. This is always a bit of a risk, taking a point off the board.
No question about it.
So sophomore Tommy Morgan's out there.
It's one of those deals. If we make it, what a great call by Coach Britton. If we don't make it, that was a bad call by Coach Britton. But Coach Britton is a risky coach.
Hand off to Valerio, and
it's good.
He's in for the 2-point conversion.
Like I said, what a great call by Coach Britton.
The Chester coaching staff is saying that somebody said no good. Now the referees are going to huddle to see which was it. Did he get in or did he get not? As soon as the one referee put his hands up, 2 or 3 of the Chester coaches pointed to the other referee. So one of them must have seen the ball go across the goal line, but we'll find out in a second. Either the hands go up or we'll get the no good signal from the gentleman with the white hat on.
Unlike the football games we watch on television, we're not going to be able to watch the replay. So they're just talking to themselves.
And the call is no good. So the 2-point conversion attempt fails, and with 7:09 remaining in the first half, that touchdown and missed 2-point conversion makes the score your hometown Cougars of Springfield 13 and the visiting Clippers of Chester High School nothing. Bill, at this point, one of the major keys will be what you said at the top of the game, which is if the Springfield defense can continue playing this way and keeping the Clippers not just off the board but hardly ever in Springfield territory, that could be a key success factor for the blue and gold if they can keep it up.
Yeah, well, the Cougars coaching staff is really put this game plan together real well. Starting off with the kickoff, where you're kicking line drives that hit the ground and very, very tough to field. And it's keeping the Clippers down deep in their own area. So that's very important. And the Cougars have been able to stop the running game, and they've had some long bombs and they've covered it very well. So
number 4, Aleem Gidgets is deep for Chester, standing at about his own 12-yard line. Another squib kick heading towards the sideline. Picked up, and the ball carrier's going to the left, going backwards. Springfield's pursuing. This happened in their last kickoff. Not only did he run sideways.
I think you're going to see a face mask penalty against the Cougars.
Yeah, that's going to be a penalty to help Chester this time.
Yes.
But the ball carrier did himself no favors running not just sideways, but he was looping around to the left, which gave the Cougar defenders a lot of time to pursue him. And I agree with you, Bill. I think it was an inadvertent face mask, but a face mask nonetheless, and that's what they call.
Yes.
We'll see how many yards they mark off. Usually these are 15.
It was definitely inadvertent.
So instead of being at the 15, they're going to move it just 5 yards. I guess they ruled inadvertent.
Yes.
So it's a 5-yard penalty out to the 20-yard line, where the Clippers put it in play. First down, 10 yards to go for Chester.
I think you're going to see Chester start throwing the ball a little bit more than they have been.
2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Harris back in the shotgun. Jalen takes the ball. 2-step drop. Pass over to the right. Receivers open. Gathers it in. Gets yards after the catch. Chester fans want a late hit over there on the
and
far
they're going to get it. That was unnecessary.
That receiver was Gidgets, so it was a good catch and run, followed by 15 more yards. And suddenly, instead of being at their own 15-yard line after one play, the Clippers are going to move out into Springfield territory after the mark-off of this penalty.
But you're going to see Chester throwing the ball. They're down 13 points. They haven't been able to run the football that well, so they're going to start throwing the football.
Ball's marked down at the Springfield 46-yard line, where it's first down, 10 yards to go for Chester.
It's a much faster game. The clock stops. So that's Chester football.
Back to pass goes Harris. Plenty of time, not much pressure. Far down the field, its ball's caught nicely. He was in bounds with that catch. And once again, that was Aleem Gidgets, a senior at Chester High School. So that's what can happen with the passing game. When you get it going, you can score quickly, which is why Chester has rolled up 474 points this season.
Harris has a real strong arm, and you're going to have to put pressure on him.
Ball's at the Cougar 23. First and 10 for the Clippers. Same set, two receivers right, single to the left, man in the slot. Single tailback, handoff over the right side.
Good tackle.
Good job by Springfield. There's Tanner Cole getting up in there.
Yep. Good tackle by Cole.
Ball carrier was Shad George. Give him a gain of 2. It's second down, 8 yards to go for the Clippers. We're approaching the midway point here in the second quarter. Harris back to pass. Plenty of time. Looks to the corner. Ball is incomplete. Well, there was a battle down there in the corner.
Good coverage by Springfield. Good coverage. But I'll tell you what, they're just throwing the ball up and see who's going to grab it.
So Jalen Harris on the season has thrown for more than 2,000 yards. He has 25 touchdown passes. But here's the key point. Up until tonight, he's only thrown 4 interceptions. And the Cougars got one on a deflected pass in the first quarter.
Yes.
So this young man, Jalen Harris, tends to be very, very accurate with his passes. That was a beautiful throw. Now it's 3rd and 8 for the Clippers.
Yes.
Cougar defense, see if the Springfield team can bend but not break here. Near the red zone. Low snap. Pursuit. Loop down for a wide open receiver for the touchdown.
There may be a penalty on the play.
Well, there's a flag down, I believe.
Yes.
Let's see. Referee, looking at the referee, there
I think it was holding.
could be holding on Chester. Somebody needs to cover number 4 from the Springfield side. The flag is on the field, and they did mark it back, so a touchdown is going to be taken off the board. Well, that's a tough break for Chester. We talked about how penalties and turnovers might make a difference here tonight. So far, Springfield's got the 1 turnover, and boy, that's a 6-pointer off the board for the Clippers and gives them a 3rd and long situation. Now, with that said, Aleem Gidgets, number 4, has had 3 or 4 big catches so far tonight. Let's see what Springfield does on this play to try to cover him. 3rd and 18. Some blitzing here. Another long pass down the field. Looked like the Chester receiver might have pushed a little bit.
But that's where they're going for.
Excellent coverage by Maddox Molesky.
Yeah, he's got his hands full, Maddox.
So now it's 4th and long for the Clippers.
They're going deep on every play.
I know we keep saying there's big plays in this game, Bill, but this is another one. Chester really needs to get back into this game by executing this 4th and long. Meanwhile, if the Cougars can hold here and get the ball back and keep pounding the rock like they've been doing so well so far tonight, it could end up being a pretty big first half for Springfield. So
Big play.
big play, 4th and 18 from the Springfield 31-yard line. And the Clippers are going to call a timeout. So for everybody out there watching, not only is this the District 1 championship game, but it is also a state quarterfinal game. As of tonight, there are only 8 teams remaining in the state at the 5A level. In the bracket next to Springfield, District 6 champion Hollidaysburg is taking on the District 12 champion Roman Catholic. And on the other side of the bracket, the District 7 finals are being played between Pine Richland, the top seed, and Peters Township, the 2 seed. And then the other game in that bracket is the District 3 final. District 3 is out by Harrisburg, by the way. District 7 is out by Pittsburgh. In the District 3 final, the number 3 seed, Bishop McDevitt, is playing the number 4 seed, Solanco High School. Both the top seed and the 2 seed have been defeated in those District 3 playoffs. So it's the 3 seed versus the 4 seed in District 3, 1 and 2 in District 7, and 1 and 2 here in District 1 at Springfield High School tonight. So we're back on the field. It's 4th and 18 with 5:47 to go until halftime.
Let's see what Coach Shaw has up his sleeve here.
Over center is the quarterback, not in the shotgun. Back to pass. Rolls a little right, looks down the field, throws it deep over the middle. Ball is caught. Great pass. And another beautiful passing touchdown for the Chester Clippers. And guess who that was? Number 4, Aleem Gidges. He's all over the field tonight. Cougars are having a lot of trouble covering that young man so far in this game.
No question about it. That's you don't see this type of talent, okay, in the passing game, and at 95% of the high schools in Pennsylvania. But Chester is probably one of the best passing teams in the state.
So it looks like the Clippers are going to go for 2 here. Over center comes Jalen Harris. Handoff over the right side.
Not sure.
It's no good. The referee says no good.
Good.
Stopped him just in front of the goal line.
Good.
So with that missed 2-point conversion and 5:37 remaining here in the first half, the Chester touchdown makes it Springfield 13 and the Clippers 6. Well, Bill, we said that was a big play. We're back to a 1-score game.
Yes.
So congratulations to Chester. They called a timeout, dialed up a play. Man was wide open, and Jalen Harris hit him right between the numbers.
I think the adjustment that the Springfield's defense is going to have to do at halftime in the pass defense is they're going to have to put pressure on the quarterback. They're going to have to start bringing in their inside linebackers or outside corners and rush the quarterback. You can't give this tremendous Jalen Harris time like he has, because he has an arm that you're not used to seeing in high school, and they're 40 yards down the field and he's throwing bullets down the field. He's a tremendous quarterback.
So number 8, Shad George, has the ball teed up at his own 40-yard line. Deep for the Cougars are Mike Neville on the near side.
Watch an onside kick here, Don.
Luke Valerio in the middle. And Tanner Cole on the far side. Short kick. It's going to roll out of bounds. That will be a penalty on Chester, and will give the Cougars good starting field position for Springfield's next drive.
Plenty of time to move the ball down the field, Don.
Springfield has 2 timeouts remaining here in the first half, as does Chester. The ball's put at the Springfield 35-yard line. First down, 10 yards to go for the Cougars.
As we said, we got a game going on here.
We also said it at the top of the game tonight that Springfield is run first, pass second. Clippers have been pass first, run second.
Yep.
And Cougars have 2 running touchdowns. The Clippers have 1 passing touchdown. So we have the makings of a great championship game here tonight. Handoff over the right side. Cuts left. Tanner Cole gets it up to about the 39-yard line. Give him a gain of 4.
Good play, good play.
So it'll be second down, 6 yards to go for Springfield. We'll keep our eye on the clock for you. Still plenty of time, as Bill said. We're outside of 5 minutes. Hopkins over center. Valerio looking to the left, finds some room, taken down, crosses the 40, gets up to about the 42, maybe the 43.
Good play.
Another 4 yards. It'll be 3rd and 2 for Springfield. Ball placed down at the Cougar 43-yard line.
Big play here.
Yep, 3rd and 4th down calls in championship games are usually where they're won and lost. Hopkins has his team over center. Hand off to Luke Valerio. Plenty of room over the left side.
First down.
Crashes through midfield, gets it down inside of Chester territory. Once again, the Cougars are taking advantage of the left side. Have a Springfield player down.
He lost his shoe, Don.
Okay, well, he's right back up then. He gets his shoe and pops right back up. Yeah, that was Zion Colbreth. So the ball's at the Clipper 49-yard line. First down, 10 yards to go for Springfield. The clock just ticked under 4 minutes remaining here in the first half. Handoff up the middle. Valerio gets about 3. Down to the 46. It'll be second down, 7 yards to go for Springfield. Back to pass, short pass out. Great catch. Down the sideline goes T.J. Valetti. There's
Good
that
play.
short flare pass that's been so successful for
Good
the Cougars.
play by the Cougars.
T.J. was wide open, and quarterback John Hopkins hit him in stride, and T.J. got a bunch of yards after the catch. Carried it all the way down to the Chester 24-yard line.
Good execution
Where
there.
it's first down, 10 yards to go for Springfield. We just ticked under 3 minutes to go here in the first half. Still plenty of time. Valerio, left side, cuts in, not much there. That was a really good tackle by Shad George. Got Luke around the ankles, held him to a short gain. There was a hole there. Just saw a yellow flag. There's going to be a sideline warning here. I don't think there's going to be any yardage walked off, but they want the Chester team and coaches to stay on the correct side of the line. It's a sideline warning.
The next one is 5 yards.
The next time that happens, it's going to be a 5-yard penalty against Chester.
So they only gave Luke a yard on that play. Make it 2nd and 9 for Springfield. Clock starts up. We're down to 2:23 to go before halftime. Hopkins over center. Handoff to Connor on the counter. He gets it down close to the 15, to the 20. Give him a gain of about 3. But you mentioned that one of the keys to the game for Springfield is to try to keep the Chester offense off the field.
No question about it.
So far, the blue and gold has done a pretty good job of that. That last drive is exactly why.
Yes. Yep.
They marched down the field very quickly with that high-powered passing attack. So here we are, 3rd and call it 7 from the 21-yard line. Back to pass, screen, knocked down. Excellent pursuit by Chester. As soon as John Hopkins turned around, he had a Chester defender in his face. Once again, that was Shad George on that defensive play for the Clippers. Haven't seen many of these this season, Bill. 4th and 7. Cougars have had a handful and done pretty well with them. Let's see what the...
Just out of field goal range, it looks like to me.
Yeah, from here it would be about a 39-yarder. Yeah, it's pretty long for a high school kicker. Okay, 4th and 7 for Springfield. One receiver each side. Back to pass. Rolling right. Short pass. Breaks the first tackle. Breaks another.
Very close to a first down.
Let's see.
Very close to a first down.
Guess it's going to depend on the spot. They're looking at it. Very quiet here at the stadium right now. The referees are talking about something. I'm not sure what. Let's see if there's an indication. They're going over to talk to the Chester coaching staff.
I think there was a flag on the play, probably against the sidelines.
Here's the call. They're picking up the flag. The flag will not matter. Now the question is...
I think it's a first down. No.
Yeah, it sure looks that way. Oh, yeah, it's inside the 10-yard line. Now, the Chester fans are not happy with that play, that's for sure. But anyway, with a minute 24 to go, clock running, the Cougars have the ball. First down, goal to go at the Clipper 8-yard line.
You want to keep the ball on the ground here.
I formation. Back to pass.
No, they don't.
But down into the corner.
Touchdown.
For the touchdown. Deep in the far corner to the tight end, number 18, Shane Kilroy.
What a great
junior at Springfield High School.
What a great play-action pass.
They've used Kilroy very strategically this season. That young man is a fine football player.
How about that pass by Hopkins?
Perfect. Lobbed it up there, right?
Perfect.
Put plenty of air under it, and Shane ran under it and made the catch. Now the Cougars, up by 13, are going to go for the single point.
That makes sense.
Out of the hold of Ryan Powers. Suarez's kick
is good.
Is up, and it's good. So, with 58 seconds remaining before halftime, that touchdown and extra point makes the score your hometown Cougars of Springfield High School 20 and the visiting Clippers of Chester High School 6. Another good block by Dom Stewart. The quarterback was beginning to get pressured, and Dom got in there and gave quarterback Hopkins just enough time to get the throw off to Kilroy.
Shane Kilroy, too. I mean, just fantastic. Just fantastic.
And normally the Cougars use the tight end for blocking purposes this year, but every now and then, sneak them out into the corner, and there it is.
That play-action pass was just executed perfectly.
Now let's remember, there's still 50-some seconds to go,
yeah.
And we have a quick strike offense out there with these Chester Clippers. So we still have a ways to go in this first half. Chester has 2 timeouts remaining. Let's see how Springfield handles this kickoff. So far, the Cougars have not kicked the ball deep on any of their kickoffs.
I don't think you're going to see that.
Clippers go 5-4-2 with their alignment down the middle of the field. It will be picked up and bobbled, and once again the runner goes sideways. Cougars pursue. He's going to change his pattern back to the other side, but the Cougars do a good job of staying in their lanes, and they knock the ball carrier down once again inside the 20-yard line.
Tremendous coaching decisions by the Springfield Cougars.
So the ball's placed down at the Chester 17-yard line, where it's first down, 10 yards to go for the Clippers.
I like to see them get maybe in the zone defense right now, especially deep.
Let's see if any adjustments have been made regarding number 4, who I believe has 4 or 5 catches on the night. He's been all over the place.
And he's in the game.
It's interesting because the leading wide receiver is Deron Harris, number 2. He's been the top receiving target for Chester for many years now. Cougars are doing a good job keeping him quiet, but Gidget has stepped up big time for the Clippers. So 1st and 10 for Chester. 4 receiver set, back to pass, over the middle. Ball's incomplete.
Good coverage there. Good coverage there by number 40.
Good job by T.J. Valetti.
Very good.
Cole and Valerio are in on the play.
T.J. had him covered, made a beautiful play.
We're down to 44 seconds to go in the half. Chester uses billboards, cardboard signs to call in their plays. Once again, 4 receiver set. Going to be a quarterback draw. Breaks 1 tackle, breaks 2 tackles, breaks 3 tackles, and is finally pushed out of bounds.
Gets the first down.
By Mike Neville. He does get the first down. And also stops the clock with 38 seconds to go.
A very talented quarterback.
Ball's placed down at the 31-yard line. Or it's first down, 10 yards to go for Chester. One key for Springfield is to try to keep the ball after the play on the playing field to force the Clippers to use their timeouts. Back in the shotgun is Jalen Harris.
Yep. That may be a 5-yard penalty.
That's
too much time.
Yes, it was. Uncertain about the receiver on the other side, what he was supposed to do. He was not in position.
You know, the Cougars had the 1 personal foul call on the far sidelines in the last drive. Other than that, Springfield's played a pretty clean game. The Clippers have 4 or 5 penalties called on them so far tonight. It doesn't help when you're trying to get back into the game. So it's 1st and 15 for Chester. Short pass over the center.
Good tackle. Good tackle.
Wrapped up by Tanner Cole. The clock's moving. We're in. Nope, they just called a timeout with 30 seconds remaining. Give them a gain of 14 on that play, up to the 39-yard line, where it'll be 3rd and either a long 1 or a short 2, depending upon how you look at it. And the Clippers now are down to having 1 timeout remaining here in the first half. Chester's kicker is a young man named Shad George. He is a do-everything player. He's their kicker. He's a running back. He's a strong safety. He has 6 interceptions on the season. If you were to ask me how long can he kick a field goal, I have to tell you I don't know. Because honestly, I don't think Chester has needed to kick too many field goals this year because of this high-powered offense they've brought to the Cougars.
And based upon their decisions in the first quarter, it looked like to me that they do not have a great field goal kicker.
So we'll see at what point Springfield maybe begins to move their defense back just a tad. Obviously, you can't give up the long pass here if you're a Cougar fan. Jalen Harris back in the shotgun, trips right, single receiver left. Harris is asking one of his receivers to do something. Still looking that way. Gets the ball, backs up 3 steps, looking down the field. Wobbles, sends it over the middle, wide open. And it's a great tackle out there.
Number 23,
shoestring.
Mike DePetris.
Boy, that was DePetris. He might have saved a touchdown there. And the Chester team runs up to the line, downs the ball. They're at the Springfield 40. We still have 20 seconds remaining before halftime.
This is a special offense we're looking at.
Jalen Harris is unbelievable. That was a touch pass over the middle. It was perfect. I haven't seen him really miss a pass yet. Even the ones that have fallen incomplete were contested.
We're only rushing 3 guys.
Very accurate. Yeah, Springfield's moved the defense back now a little bit here. Chester at the Springfield 40. 2nd and 10. Back to pass goes Harris. Plenty of time. He wants to go long. We're going to have a flag. It looks like a whole man's wide open in the flat, but I'm pretty sure this play is going to come back because the referee threw a flag right where the holding call usually happens. The referee has already indicated that's another big penalty by Chester. Those calls are really hurting the Clippers. They've already had 1 touchdown called back, and that one would have gotten them deep into the red zone with plenty of time to go. Now there's only 8 seconds to go, and they're going to march it back 10 yards.
Yeah, the Cougars are going to have to make an adjustment. I mean, number 5 was wide open. Just wide open. There wasn't anybody within 10, 15 yards of him.
And Chester just called their final timeout of the first half. So as a practical matter, Bill, with 8 seconds to go and being 50 yards away, the Clippers may have to try a Hail Mary on this pass.
I agree.
But I got to tell you, as we've all seen at all levels of this wonderful sport, stranger things have happened than a 50-yard Hail Mary at the end of the first half, right?
And if any team can do it, Chester certainly can.
And if anybody can throw the ball that far accurately, It's number 1, Jalen Harris. Boy, is he impressive.
I like to see a little pressure on him. And that's something that I'm sure that Springfield coaching staff's going to think about.
Do you think the Cougars' defensive secondary players have been coached on how to knock a pass down? Because now would be the time to use that practice.
No, that would be great.
Because presumably the ball's going to go deep here.
But this type of offense, the Cougars have not seen this type of offense all year long.
So Springfield has 3 men on the line, 3 men pretty deep as linebackers, and 3 or 4 across the back line. There's blue and gold players all over the field right now. Rolling right. They're going, that Chester fans want him to throw it. He's going to try to. It goes the long bomb down the field. I don't think he made it to the end zone.
I think the Springfield defensive back caught the ball.
I think that was Maddox Molesky came out of there with it, I think. Doesn't really matter. One of the Cougars had it. And even if it had been caught, it did not reach the goal line. So that is the end of the first half of play. With the score, your hometown Cougars of Springfield 20 and the visiting Clippers of Chester High School 6. Wow, what a finish. What a first half.
Very exciting. Very exciting. The Cougars did put some pressure on the quarterback on that play, but he was still able to get free and throw a bomb down the field 50 yards. And it's almost like a jump ball. And their wide receivers are very tall.
So with that, we're going to take about a 15-minute break. I'm sure you'll all want to come back for the second half of what will be a most exciting second half of district championship football here at Springfield High School. We'll see you then.
Go Cougars.
Springfield High School. We're at halftime of this evening's Class 5A championship football game. Your hometown Cougars of Springfield are enjoying a 20-6 lead over the visiting Clippers of Chester High School. Bill, ordinarily I would say that the Cougars are in really good shape. That still may be the case, but this quarterback, at halftime, I received like a dozen text messages about how impressed my friends and family are watching Jalen Harris play quarterback for Chester High School. So on any given play in the second half, this can go right back to being a one-possession game, and then who knows what could happen. So lots of work for the Cougars left tonight.
No question about it. Let's bring out some good news. The Cougars are up 20-6. Some better news: the Cougars get the ball the second half.
Good point.
Okay.
Yep.
And if we can get a nice drive, take some time off the clock and run the football, okay, put some points on the board the first, it's going to be huge. It's going to be huge. But Don, I agree with you so much. This Jalen Harris is a special quarterback, and you're going to be hearing a lot about him.
So if you're the coaches of Springfield in the locker room over the last 10 minutes or so, and you watch this young man throw the ball all over the field, and a lot of the receivers got open and he was pinpoint accurate, even though Springfield held Chester to one score, which is good, what do you tell the kids? Can you dial up a different coverage pattern, or just try to just play better with the game plan?
Well, obviously there should be, okay? The first thing is you got to put some pressure on the quarterback, okay? And right now the Cougars are only rushing 3 guys, and you just can't give a talent like he is that type of time. And the number 2 thing is that the wide receivers that Chester has are tall, 6'2", 6'3", with a lot of speed, and they're just throwing it up. It's a Hail Mary. Okay, so you have a 5'9" D-back trying to get a jump ball against a 6'3" wide receiver, and it's a problem.
Let me add something to that. During the lead up to the game, I did a little research on the Chester team, and the receivers' names that I kept reading over and over again are Temple recruit Deron Harris, the tight end, a deep ball guy named Damon Fitzgerald, and a young man named Sakai Brown Murray. The one name I did not read very much was number 4, Aleem Gidgets, and he's done all the receiving, or most of the receiving, here for Chester in the first half. So the Cougars probably saw the same tendencies of who the best receivers were, and honestly, Springfield's done a pretty good job shutting them down. But to your point, Chester's loaded back there with receivers, and Harris is so good, he doesn't care who's open. He's going to throw it to him.
Here's the other thing. Chester's behind 2 touchdowns, so they are playing an offense as if they're the last possession. Okay, so I wouldn't be surprised if Coach Britton goes into maybe a zone defense a little deeper. Okay, and maybe with three D-backs, playing 15 yards deep. Okay, so you prevent that deep pass, okay? But the key is Springfield gets the football here, drives the football, okay, and knocks off, 5, 6, 7 minutes of the game. Okay, I like that.
So it sounds like one of the keys for us to keep our eye on here in the second half is when Chester has the ball, keep your eye on the Springfield linebackers. See if in obvious passing situations, or even when it's not an obvious passing situation, see if the Cougars run more blitzes from those linebackers with the goal of at least flushing Harris out of the pocket so he can't get comfortable back there or spend time looking downfield for an open receiver.
And the other thing is, too, Don, when the Cougars did put pressure on him, he has the ability to break tackles and get back open again. So he's a scrambler, and he's a deep ball thrower.
And that's why he has 7,958 yards in his Chester High School football career. I still can't get over that number.
That's amazing.
8,000 yards in a high school career throwing the ball.
That's amazing. What a great high school career.
Absolutely. And we also have news for these two teams. The winner tonight will play the winner of the game against District 6 champion Hollidaysburg or District 12 champion Roman Catholic High School. And approaching halftime, I think we know who's going to win that game, Bill. At halftime, or almost halftime, Roman Catholic 48, Hollidaysburg nothing. So I think it's safe to say that the mercy clock will be running in that game, and the winner of this game will be playing Roman Catholic next weekend, either Friday or Saturday, I guess at a time and a place to be determined.
Yes.
The finals, by the way, whoever plays for the state championship this year, those games will be played at Cumberland Valley High School at a field called Chapman Field on Friday evening, December the 5th. The 5A game will start at 7 o'clock at Cumberland Valley. Cumberland Valley is a little bit west of Harrisburg, pretty much in the geographic center of the state, which is the appropriate thing to do.
Yes.
So both teams are back out on the field. As you have mentioned, the Cougars will receive the opening kickoff in the second half. Do you think there might be a little onsides hanky-panky to start this, Bill?
I think anything's possible. You can see, they're down 2 touchdowns, and quite frankly, Chester probably hasn't been down 2 touchdowns all year. Okay, so they're pressing it a little bit. Obviously, with the way they threw the ball in the second quarter, okay, they completely left their running game in the first quarter.
The one thing we've not talked about in big games like this is the momentum factor. I would suggest that when Springfield got that tipped pass for an interception on the opening drive by Chester and then rolled down the field and scored, that pretty much gave Springfield the momentum which lasted for most, not all, but most of the first half. So to your point, in this first possession, if the Cougars can do their thing and roll down and get more points, feels like they might be able to hold on to the momentum. However, if Chester's able to hold Springfield and then get a quick strike or even a long drive and make it a one-score game, momentum might switch over to the Clippers. We'll see.
We'll see. I think we have an experienced club here. The Cougars do not make an awful lot of mistakes. They run the football and they take care of the football. And I think the Cougars are ready for the second half.
Deep for Springfield are Cole on the far side, Valerio in the middle, and Tommy Morgan on the near side. Ball's teed up at the 40. Clippers approach the football. And the second half of tonight's championship game is underway. Cougar gets the ball to 20, 25, gets up close to the 30. Good solid return up the center of the field for Springfield. That was Luke Valerio on the return.
Luke's got great hands.
They're going to put the football down right on the Springfield 30-yard line, where it's first down, 10 yards to go for the Cougars. Hand off to Tanner Cole. Tries to get around the left side.
I'm telling you, Chester was very lucky there. They didn't get a flag. They had 12 players on the field, almost at the snap.
Give Tanner a gain of 2. It'll be 2nd and 8 for Springfield. Let's see if Chester made defensive adjustments on the left side of that line. Springfield really pounded that left side in the first half. Not much on that first play. Handoff. Nope. Back to pass. Rolling right. Being pursued. Short pass to T.J. Valetti. It's caught. Another great throw and catch. John Hopkins was really being pressured there, and he made a perfect throw on the dime in stride to T.J. Valetti, who takes it up, and it's enough for the first down at just over the 40-yard line.
Great play.
Great play by John Hopkins, and a nice catch and run by Valetti.
Yes.
So after 2 plays, the Cougars have a first down. Hand off to the up back over the left side. Gets a little penetration at the line, but then Chester's linebackers come in to stop him after a gain of about 3. They put the ball down at the Cougar 43-yard line. We're at 2nd down, 7 yards to go for Springfield. Valetti gets a couple of yards up close to the 45 and stop there. So here comes the first 3rd down play of the second half.
Yeah, the Chester team has made an adjustment to their defense. They have almost 7 players, up by the line of scrimmage.
It's called loading the box, right?
Loading the box.
That's 3rd and 5 for the Cougars. Valetti the up back. Valerio the tailback. Rolling right. Short pass. Incomplete. Once again, Hopkins under pressure.
Yeah, the DN was right in on him.
Once again, that was number 8, Shad George for the Clippers. So
I don't know if the Cougars have their punting team in there. I hope they do. Yes, they do.
Looks like T.J. Valetti is going to punt the ball.
Good.
Chester has 2 men back. So Chester holds on the opening series. Kick is away. Line drive, gathered in. Ball carrier goes up the left side and is pushed out of bounds. Out past the 30, up close to the 35-yard line, where Chester will put the ball in play. First down, 10 yards to go for the Clippers.
Well, I would have rather seen the Cougars get a couple more first downs, take some time off the clock. Okay, but now their defense has to come up and make some stops here.
So here we go with Jalen Harris and these wide receivers down 2 scores. They're a pass-first team ordinarily, but boy, in this situation, as we start the second half, get ready to see the football up in the sky, everybody. Back in the shotguns, Harris. Back to pass, short pass out into the flank. Ball carrier gets some yardage out there, goes down the sideline.
He was wide open, Don, wide open. Cougars were a little late in getting to him.
That play carries the ball all the way down to the Springfield 30-yard line, where the Clippers have it first down, 10 yards to go for Chester. Handoff, right side. Ball carrier had a big hole but slipped.
Yes, he did. That was a big break for the Cougars.
That was Jarrell Palmer with the ball. Give him a gain of 2. Second down, 8 yards to go for the Clippers. Harris looks around. Bart signals. Another handoff to the right side. Once again, good ground being chewed up by the ball carrier. Once again, that was Shad George. Third and 1. Ball to 21. Quarterback draw. Plenty of yards for the first down. Harris takes it down inside the 15.
Chester's making it look too easy right now.
Ball's down to about the 11-yard line, where it's first down, 10 yards to go for the Clippers. Chester's come out playing very purposeful football here early in the third quarter. Touchdown here gets them right back into the football game. Harris in the shotgun. Another quarterback draw. Breaks up over the middle. Gets it down close to the 10 before a couple of Cougars converge on him. Give him a gain of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7 for Chester. In the hurry-up offense, even though we still have 7:17 remaining in the third quarter. Back to pass goes Harris. Rolling right. Looking downfield, not much there. Tremendous athleticism, and into the end zone. Or they're going to call it just short of the goal line, it looks like. I thought he had the end zone, but not quite. So I look for Chester to pound the rock here. First and goal. Harris up over the top.
I don't think he made it. Oh, they're giving it to him.
I guess he reached the ball across the goal line for the touchdown. So with 6:58 remaining here in the third quarter, momentum may be swinging here to Chester. They had a good stop against the Cougars and then went right down the field for a touchdown to make it 20-12 with the point after touchdown to be attempted. Let's see if they try to kick it or go for 2 here, Bill.
I think they're going to kick it. Yep, maybe not.
Harris is on the field.
Pretty risky play going for it. But they're moving the football very well.
Clippers are going to go for 2. Handoff.
Flag on the
right
play.
Side, there's a flag on the play.
I think the Cougars didn't have 11 guys on the field.
Chester coach is saying, why did you stop the play? What's the call? It's a good question. We'll see. Springfield called a timeout before the play got started.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they had to because they didn't have 11 guys on the field.
So if you're a Cougar fan, you have to hope that Springfield won't need that timeout towards the end of the game, but we're getting way ahead of ourselves here. So when play resumes, we'll be back at the 2-yard line where the Clippers will be trying for a 2-point conversion.
That no huddle offense really can really speed up a game. You get, probably 50% more offensive plays as a result of that.
And it can keep the defense back on their heels a little bit. So
it tires them out.
Good move by the Chester coaching staff, and the team executed it very well here in the first half of the third quarter. This is a pretty risky play for the Clippers. If they miss this, they're down 8 points. Well, let's see what happens. 2-point conversion, 2 men in the backfield. Over center goes Harris. Hand off to the tailback. goes over the left side,
He did not make it.
and he gets stopped. Boy, talk about the little things in a game. So with 6:58 still remaining in the third quarter, that touchdown and missed two-point conversion makes the score your hometown Cougars of Springfield 20 and the visiting Clippers of Chester High School 12.
A nice play by the Cougars defense. Big defensive play there.
Yeah, they jammed up the middle there.
Now hopefully the Cougars can get their offense moving.
So we're back to a one-score game, but we're also at a point where that one score at best for Chester can get them to being tied, and they have no ability to take the lead if they score the next touchdown. Let's see how Springfield handles this kickoff. Once again, the Cougars have their three return men lined up across the 10-yard line. Springfield runs a 5-3-3 kickoff pattern.
He's been hitting it deep, right down the middle.
Neville on the far side. Valerio in the middle. And Tommy Morgan on the near side. The kick is away. It's headed to Tommy Morgan, gathers it in at the 10 to the 15, runs to the right side, flag down. Could be a blocking call on the Cougars. That must have been a return right call there. And Chester pursued well and got the Springfield ball carrier taken down just outside the 20-yard line. But we're going to have an illegal block called on Springfield.
Yep.
So what happened in the first half to Chester on a couple of their kickoffs has just happened to Springfield. Cougars going to be getting very poor starting field position for this drive. After they walk off this penalty, the ball will probably be back inside the 15-yard line.
Yes,
Here comes
it will.
the walk-off. They're going to put it down at about the 14-yard line, where it's first down 10 yards to go for Springfield. Well, I'll tell you, Bill, in terms of field position and momentum and all kinds of things, to your point, you've been making it since we came back on the air after halftime. This is a very important time for the Cougars to assert themselves on the offensive side of the ball.
Yes.
Let's see what Springfield does. First play, lots of room out there.
Nice play. Nice play. Nice dive play.
That was Luke Valerio. He gets a solid gain of 9 yards on first down, making it 2nd and 1 for the Cougars out at their 23-yard line. You're right, Bill. That was a big play. Confidence builder, too, for Springfield.
Without question.
See if the offense can keep it rolling here, or if Chester can tighten up. It's 2nd and 1 for Springfield. Handoff, right side.
First down.
Short game, but enough for the first down. Have to wonder whether Springfield now has made an adjustment, because they've run a little bit more to the right here the first couple of plays. Chains move. Ball is put down at the Cougar 26-yard line. First down, 10 yards to go for Springfield. We are almost at the midway point of the third quarter.
Chester's defense, they have 10 men in the box, so they know it's going to be a running play, and they're playing big time against the run.
Good pursuit by those 10 in the box on that play.
So they're
almost daring Springfield to throw the ball.
Oh, yeah,
there.
yes, they are. So they experienced it in the first half, and I'm sure the scouting report says, Springfield, runs the ball at least 85% of the time. So they're putting their men up, and I'm telling you, you're looking at a team that is as big as a high school team as I've ever seen.
That play lost 2 yards, so Springfield faces a 2nd and 12 situation on this play. Power I, single receiver right, man in motion. Passes short to the sidelines, but incomplete.
Yeah.
Now the Cougars have a 3rd and long.
It's hard for the Cougars quarterback Hopkins, who's probably like 5'10", try to get that ball out over the 6'6", 6'5" D lineman of Chester.
Big play for both teams here. 3rd and 11 for the Cougars at their own 25-yard line. The Chester sideline is very excited right now. You can feel the momentum switching. Hopkins down the field to the sticks, overthrown, and the Cougars will have to punt the ball here with 5:18 to go in the 3rd quarter. Well, Bill, so far this 3rd quarter has been all Clippers.
All Chester. And look, Chester has forced the Cougars to throw the football, which is something that they don't do often, and it makes it very difficult.
Two punt returners back for Chester. Line drive kick, going to hit the ground, roll down the field. Good roll for Springfield. The man picks it up and gets tackled immediately down at around his own 30-yard line. That was a very positive roll for Springfield. Obviously, everybody knows that when you punt a football, it can go anywhere when it hits the ground. And in that case, it rolled probably another 15 yards to Springfield's advantage.
No question about it. I like it when my golf ball does that, Don. Rolls straight.
Yeah, I kind of wish my golf ball would ever do that. So the ball's placed down at the Chester 30, where it's 1st and 10 for the Clippers.
Well, let's see if the Springfield defense can get something going here. Put some pressure on that quarterback.
Chester down by 8 with the ball.
They're still in the man-to-man defense.
Shotgun.
Makes it very, very difficult.
Harris takes the ball. Handoff, left side. Gets a few. Maybe 5 men still carrying the ball.
They don't blow that whistle.
They don't want to give up.
They don't blow the whistle.
That was Shad George with it. Give him a gain of 5. Be 2nd and 5 for Chester. Trips left, single receiver right. Handoff, double reverse.
Halfback pass.
A little bit overthrown. Good idea. Good coverage downfield by Valerio and Tanner Cole. Maddox Molesky had the deep receiver, a little deeper. So Springfield, smart defensive play there. Weren't tricked by the double reverse. They stayed back to cover the pass. So that makes it 3rd down, 5 yards to go.
Big play here for the Cougars defense. I'd love to see him stop him here and force a punt.
Jalen Harris back in the shotgun. Takes the snap. Steps back. Sees room up the middle. Takes off. Hits across the yardage marker. Past the 40. That'll be enough for the 1st down. You're right, Bill. Even when his men are covered, he has good feet and he can run with the ball as well as throw it.
Yeah, he's outstanding athlete.
Gets the ball out across his own 40 to the 43, where it's 1st down, 10 yards to go for Chester. Handoff, left side, room to run. Ball carrier takes it up close to midfield.
There's no huddle offense.
Once again, that was Shad George. Give him 6. Give him 2nd and 4.
They move the football fast.
Back to pass goes Harris.
Too much time. Too much time.
Pursuit. He's rolling right. Looking down the field, he throws it to the out man. Ball is incomplete. Boy, the Cougars were pursuing him, but he is a tough guy to catch and take down.
he could be the fastest player on the field.
Well, that'll bring up a 3rd and 4 for the Clippers at their own 49-yard line. We have 3:31 remaining in the third quarter. Clipper receivers are already out to the right. 2 more go out to the left.
Got to put pressure on the quarterback.
Harris, quarterback draw, up the middle. Breaks through, breaks free, goes down the left side. However, everybody else has stopped the play. Was there a whistle out there? I'm not sure that play is going to count, Bill.
Holding.
Wow.
What a huge break for the Cougars.
Well, that's like the 3rd time Chester's had a big play wiped out by a penalty tonight. If they're not able to come back and win this game, they're going to look at those plays and just have to wonder. And you're right, it's a big one. It's a 10-yarder all the way back inside their own 40, back to the 39-yard line, where it's now going to be 3rd down and 14 yards to go. But as we know with this passing attack, what's 14 yards for Jalen Harris and these receivers from Chester High School, Bill? Not much.
Not much. Not much. And they're going to have to come up big here. They're going to have to come up big.
Trips right, single receiver left. Harris back in the shotgun.
Put pressure on him. Put pressure on that quarterback.
4-man line. 7 back. Back to pass goes Harris. Looks downfield. Breaks away. Passes it down. It's going to be
incomplete.
Little short.
Incomplete.
The receiver almost came back and made that catch, but that was one of the first passes that was not right on the money. That was thrown short. Let's see what Chester decides to do here on 4th and 14 from their own territory.
It looks like they're bringing in their punting team, but
it looked that way in the first half.
That's correct.
Their punter ran for the first down, but that was a much shorter yardage situation. Cougars send 1 man back.
2.
Oh, there's 2 back. Neville and Valerio. Mike is on the near side. Luke is on the far side. Their kicker is Shad George, standing in his own 27-yard line.
Flag on a play.
Might be another 5 on Chester. Let's see. Yep, they're going to walk it back.
We'll take it. We'll take it.
Chester had a pretty good situation with field advantage, but they're giving it up here on these last 2 penalty calls.
And they're getting...
Now Aleem Gidgets runs on the field. Looks like at least he's back in punt formation. We'll see what happens here. Snap is good. Line drive. Hits the ground. Springfield player touches it and then gets knocked down. Boy, the Cougars were lucky there.
Very lucky.
That ball hit Mike Neville and scored it away. And if you're a fan of the blue and gold, you have to be grateful that that was not a turnover by Springfield. But for Springfield fans, all is well that ends well. Cougars have the ball after a punt by Chester. They have it at their own 23-yard line. First down, 10 yards to go for the Cougars with 2:45 remaining here in the third quarter of play.
Well, let's see if the Cougars can move the football now, Don. It's very, very important right now. As you can see, Chester has 5 down linemen.
2 receivers, right? This is a little bit of a different formation. Handoff up the middle. Ball carrier takes it up across the 25. That was Tanner Cole.
They're going to have to run the football.
Or was it Luke Valerio? I wasn't not sure who carried the ball there. But anyway, they got 3 yards on the play. It'll be 2nd and 7 for Springfield. Hand off to Cole. Tried to go over the left side and gets rolled under. The Chester defense is playing some very inspired football here in the third quarter. They have shut down the vaunted Springfield running game so far.
Yeah.
Loss of a yard. It'll be 3rd and 8 for the Cougars.
That last play, they had 7 men on their defensive line. And it's very difficult.
Here comes John Hopkins into the huddle with the play from the sidelines. Another 3rd and long for the blue and gold.
Obviously, it's a passing situation, but Cougars have been very...
Back to pass goes Hopkins, out into the flat, wide open. And enough for the first down.
Great play. Good call by the Cougars coaching staff. Great play.
Goes Tanner Cole. Somehow the Cougars sprung, of all people, Tanner Cole wide open in the flat. And you just can't do that with his speed. He must have gotten close to 10 yards after the catch.
Absolutely.
Big play by Springfield.
Big play.
As we tick down to about the 1 minute mark here in the 3rd quarter. That play carries the ball to the Cougar 38-yard line, where it's first down 10 yards to go for Springfield. Power eye. Back to pass goes Hopkins. Short pass.
Yeah.
Throws it short. May be a good thing he did that. He was going to try to get it to T.J. Valetti, but the Chester defender had a good chance to jump that route. That had pick 6 potential on it. So I think John Hopkins made a good decision to kind of short arm that one. You have to be careful with those flats passes. They got to be there.
No question about it.
If you see a defender anywhere near the receiver, do something different. So it's 2nd and 10 for Springfield at their own 38-yard line.
Well, they're jammed up in the middle.
Valetti carries the ball. Good gain of about 7 on that play.
Yeah.
The tailback on that play, by the way, for the Cougars was sophomore Mike DePetris. But they went to the up back for a gain of 7. So it's 3rd and 3 for Springfield from their own 45-yard line. This will likely be the final play of the 3rd quarter.
I noticed that Luke Valerio has been limping all during this 3rd quarter, so he might be on the sidelines trying to straighten out some.
Tanner Cole's the tailback right now. Hand off to Tanner. He dives for 2. He won't get to the first down marker. He got about half of the needed yardage. It's going to be 4th down and a long 1 yard to go when we start the 4th quarter, because that was the last play of the 3rd quarter. With the score, your hometown Cougars of Springfield 20 and the visiting Clippers of Chester High School 12. I got to tell you, Bill, we knew we were going to have a fantastic District 1 championship game tonight, and that is exactly what we're getting.
Two good football teams, 2 coached well football teams, and they're just putting it together. And this is going to be a big play for the Cougars.
Springfield's in their own territory here, 4th and a little bit more than a yard. So actually, they're a little bit past midfield.
Yeah.
What would you do if you were Coach Britton? You have an 8-point lead, an entire quarter to go. You have good field position.
Well, number one, I'd have to see if Luke Valerio is available. If Luke's available, I may go for it, because but it's only half the field. So and we've been lucky with our punts. We've been kicking the ball deep. Okay. So we'll see what happens here.
Actually, the ball is on the Springfield side of midfield. It's 4th and make it 2.
It looks like they're going for it.
Boy, this is a gutsy call. Valerio is back on the field.
Maybe they're just going to try to draw them off sides.
They snap the ball, give it to Luke, goes on the left side. He gets to the first down marker.
Yes, he does.
Crosses midfield.
Great play.
Another
gutsy call by Coach Britton.
Left side effort by Dom Stewart and Zion Colbreth out there, knocking people down, making room for Luke Valerio. Springfield crosses midfield down to the Clipper 49-yard line, where it's first down 10 yards to go for the Cougars. Even more importantly is Springfield has a new set of downs. Left side.
Good run. Good run.
Yeah, we should also mention that Shane Kilroy has been out on that left side, helping the left side blockers, the offensive tackle and the guard. So shout out to Shane Kilroy to go along with the offensive linemen. Let's not forget Alex McGinnis and Mike Franks on the other side. The entire line tonight's done a really good job against a very big Chester football team. So give Springfield a gain of 3 on that first down play.
I can't help but notice Coach Dan Plank out there just trying to get the Cougars all fired up.
It's 2nd and 7 for Springfield. Hand off to Valetti, goes over the left side, gets it inside the 45, down to about the 43. Give him a gain of 3. It'll be 3rd down, 4 yards to go for Springfield. And we will keep our eye on the all-important clock. Right now there is 10 minutes, 38 seconds remaining in regulation, and the clock is moving. Both teams have... That's not true. Springfield only has 2 timeouts left. Chester still has 3. 3rd and 4 for the Cougars in what might be 4-down territory. We'll see. Pitch left. Ball carrier finds a hole.
First
on the
down.
left side. Well down the field, inside the 35-yard line, down close to the 30. That was Tanner Cole with a great run.
Great run.
Tanner's been money down that left side tonight. When we've watched him all year, his whole career here, really. When he gets that seam, he's getting yards.
He's big and he's strong.
So the ball's placed down at the Chester 31-yard line. First down, 10 yards to go for Springfield. Obviously, any points on this drive to make it a 2-possession game would be huge, but we're getting ahead of ourselves again. Handoff, left side. Decent yardage out there.
Very decent. I can see the Chester defensive line starting to get a little tired out there.
Once again, that was Tanner Cole on the carry. For a long 5, it's 2nd and a short 5 now for Springfield.
Yep.
Interesting you say that about the Chester defensive line. These last few plays, they were firing a little bit more strongly at the beginning of this half. But at this point, let's see if Springfield can keep the offensive line momentum going. Pitch left, breaks the tackle.
Picks up about 1.5 yards.
Gets it past the line of scrimmage for a yard or 2. That was a hard-earned yard or 2.
Yes, it was. Looks like maybe 3rd and 3, Don.
I think that's right, Bill. 3rd down, 3 to go. Probably in 4-down territory. Luke Valerio's on the field.
I like to see him keep the ball on the ground.
Both Cole and Valerio are in the
Timeout
slot.
by the Cougars.
Oh, interesting decision to make that timeout call. We have 8:25 remaining in regulation. My sense is that what that is telling us is that Coach Britton knows that this is a huge drive in this game. If Springfield can come away with points, ideally a touchdown, it'll be a 2-possession game, and with only 5 or 6 minutes or so estimated left in regulation. Without a score, Chester can still move the ball down the field. We've seen how good they can do that pretty quickly and have a chance to tie the game and maybe force overtime. So I think the Cougars coaching staff sees this drive as maybe the key to the game.
I agree with you, Don. This is very important. These next 2 plays, going for a first down. They got the ball at about the 25-yard line. So it's going to be...
So it's 3rd and 3 from the 25.
I like to see him do some long counts here. Get the Chester players a little anxious.
Valerio goes out to the slot, as does Cole. Single setback as T.J. Valetti, man in motion. Hand off to Cole over the left side.
Just a little short.
So he's going to be about a yard short.
There's a
There's
flag.
a flag there. There must have been some extracurricular activity. You know, Springfield did not get the first down, Bill, and then a whole bunch of Cougars on the sideline started jumping up and down. It's like, why are they doing that? Well, they must have seen the penalty.
No question about it. You're going to see probably a hit out of bounds.
I don't think Coach Dennis Shaw is going to be happy with that at all. Here comes the call. Dead ball, personal foul, Chester. That'll move the ball down into the red zone and give Springfield a new, fresh set of downs.
Huge.
Wow. Big play.
Down to about the 11-yard line now.
Tough one for the Clippers, but good one for the blue and gold here.
You got to have discipline. Got to have discipline.
Exactly right. So the ball's placed down at the 12-yard line, where it's first down, 10 yards to go for the Cougars. Mike Neville splits right. Shane Kilroy, tight end. Hand off to Tanner Cole. Not much there. He pushed the pile a little bit.
Yeah, the linebacker came up. Made a nice hit.
Yeah, it's tough to run through 7 large bodies like that, Bill. You're exactly right.
Oh, yeah.
I have to wonder now whether or not coaching staff for Springfield might be satisfied with 3 here, make it a 2-possession game. Clock running, we're at 7:21.
Well, that decision will be a tough decision, but
Last thing you want to hear is a turnover, obviously.
that's correct.
Cole around the left side.
Oh,
Goes down to the corner.
there's another flag on the play. This one could be against the Cougars. Hold.
So holding on Springfield. Must have been a holding infraction to Spring Tanner on that play.
Yes.
So instead of being down near the goal line, the Cougars are going to be backed up 10 more yards. That'll move it back to the 24-yard line.
Yeah, that was a...
Where it'll be 2nd and 19 for Springfield. Actually, the ball's placed out at the 22-yard line.
Yes.
Where it'll be 2nd and 19.
Big penalty against the
Springfield.
Cougars there.
Clock is stopped with 7:02 remaining in regulation.
Referee winds the clock.
Now the clock did just get started. We're under 7 minutes. Over center is Hopkins. Handoff over the right side.
Nice play.
Now it's Luke Valerio.
Yeah, Luke is hurting.
Decent game.
Luke is really hurting.
He is limping out there a little bit.
Yes, he is.
So give him a gain of about 6. Takes the ball down to the 16-yard line. Clock moving at 6:22. I got to tell you, Bill, I really think Springfield might be thinking 3 points here.
Oh, I agree with you.
Because Zarel Suarez, since he came back to the team late in the season, he's been looking pretty good out there. Let's see if Springfield goes for the first down here or keeps the clock running and looks for field position. Back to pass goes Hopkins. Looks downfield into the corner, wide open. Touchdown! Springfield!
Oh, my. That was a great play. Beautiful pass by Hopkins and a great catch.
Is that Mr. Kilroy again?
Sure was.
Kilroy for the touchdown.
Great catch.
And now the extra point to be attempted by the blue and gold.
That was the play of the game.
2 catches, 2 touchdowns in this game for Shane Kilroy in the district championship game. Wow. What a memory that's going to be for him and the rest of the team. The snap, the hold, the kick is up. And the kick is good. So with 5:57 remaining in regulation, that touchdown and extra point extends Springfield's lead to 27-12, a 15-point lead with about half of the fourth quarter remaining, Bill. So that was big.
That was as big as it gets. A great play call, a great executed play, a tremendous pass by Hopkins. Tremendous pass and a good catch.
Twice he really didn't have the receiver at a place where he could throw the ball to him. To your exact point, he had to loft the ball over the defender with enough air under it to give Shane a chance to go catch it for the second time and catch it. Shane Kill really did.
He certainly did.
Beautiful throw.
Over his shoulder catch.
By
Tremendous catch.
Sophomore John Hopkins. What a game by the sophomore.
Yes.
Okay, back to regulation here. Still 6 minutes to go. Chester has all 3 timeouts. Cougars line up.
Going to see a line drive.
Suarez approaches the ball.
Here it is.
Bounces it down the field. Man picks it up. Starts to go to his left. Cuts up. Gets to the middle of the field.
They can run the football.
That was a good return by the Clipper. Gets it up near his 35-yard line.
I see a lot of Cougars out there limping.
That was Jarrell Palmer on the return. The officials put the ball down at about the Chester 37, where it's first down, 10 yards to go for the Clippers. Trips left, single receiver right. Jalen Harris back in the shotgun. Man in motion. Back to pass. Looks deep, nothing there. Rolls right. Now he heaves it down the field. Man is open. Couldn't quite bring it in. Boy, he almost made that catch. And the receiver had 3 or 4 yards on the Springfield defender.
It's they just can't keep up with these wide receivers. It's unfortunate, but but there was a little pressure, and they're covering them, 15 yards down the field, but 40 yards down the field, they can't keep up with them.
The pass was intended for Sakai Brown Murray. Those broken plays sometimes can be the most dangerous.
Oh, without question.
2nd and 10 for Chester. 2 receivers to each side. Handoff over the right side. Gets through the first
line. Good defense by the Cougars.
Second line of defense. Tackled Shad George after a gain of about 5. It'll be 3rd and 5 for Chester.
This is 4 down.
Harris, 2-step drop, looks short, throws it at the sideline. Ball is incomplete. It'll be 4th and 5 for the Clippers. Well, if you're a fan of the Chester High School football team, this is a really, really, really big play for your team. And the Springfield fans and Cougar teammates know it. If Springfield can stop this play, we have 5:08 left. If the Cougars can force a turnover on downs here, it would be very big. So 4th and 5 for the Clippers. Harris takes the snap, goes back to pass. Looking short, not much there. Tries to get out, and he's taken down. Taken down short of the first down marker. Good coverage downfield. There was nothing available there.
Good tackle. Very good tackle. That was number 28, Sebastian Simone, with a nice tackle.
Yeah, Mike DePetris limped off the field after that play. Hope he's okay. But that's a really big turnover on downs. It gives Springfield the ball and good field position at the Clipper 43-yard line. So Chester still has its 3 timeouts to go, so look for them to start using them up pretty soon, I would think. Every first down now that Springfield can grind out gets them closer to victory here tonight. Hopkins over center, handoff, left side, plenty of yardage down the field.
First down.
Enough for the first down. I have to wonder whether the Chester defensive players are a little bit demoralized at this point That was a solid effort by the Cougars offensive line and the running back for 11. Clock's at 4:43 and rolling. So watch for John Hopkins to take his sweet time here between plays. The ball is at the Clipper 32-yard line. First down, 10 yards to go for the Cougars. Tanner Cole is the tailback behind Valetti. That's Tanner with the ball. Goes to the left side. Gets it inside the 30.
Picks up a couple yards.
Down to about the 29. Give him a gain of 2. And Chester is going to now use their first timeout. We have 4:11 remaining in regulation. Springfield definitely in 4-down territory here.
Looks like to me, Don, some of the Chester fans are starting to leave, which is normally a good sign for the Cougars.
Time will tell, Mr. Adolph. So Chester can stop the clock 2 more times. So with Springfield in 4-down territory, that means that after second and after third down, they can stop it. So another first down here would be really big. Springfield can run almost half the remaining clock off if the blue and gold are able to get another first down here. When play resumes, the ball will be at the Chester 30-yard line. Second down, 8 yards to go for Springfield. Cougars go to the line. Hand off to T.J. Valetti. Over the left side. Chester was ready for him.
Yes, they were.
Give him a gain of 2. Clock continues to roll, which is interesting. So we're inside 4 minutes. Coach Shaw has not yet called his second timeout. So Springfield will use up most of the remaining clock between plays.
Yes, they will.
We're down to 3:40 and rolling. It's 3rd and 7 for Springfield. Hopkins taking his time. Cole left side, streaks down the left side. Tanner Cole, the formation that time. Shane Kilroy and T.J. Valetti were in the backfield, and they brought Tanner Cole on the slant, and off he went down that left side.
Beautiful counterplay. Beautiful play.
So there's 3:20 to go. Let's see if they start the clock. Did he go out of bounds on that play?
Yes, he did.
So that's why the clock is stopped at 3:20. Cougars have the ball at the Chester 13-yard line. Handoff up the middle, dive play for a yard or 2. At this point, Springfield just wants to hold on to the football and let the clock roll as best as they can. Second timeout just called by Chester. So, Bill, at the risk of getting ahead of ourselves, I'm not going to go all the way with this comment, but for those of us who have been rooting for Springfield High School football for quite a while, in 2014, the Cougars made it to the district final as the number 1 seed and lost to Great Valley 21-0. 2 years later, in 2016, in a game here at Springfield, the Cougars lost to Academy Park 24-18. The very next year, in 2017, the Cougars went to their 3rd district final in 4 years, only to lose to Unionville 35-25. And then last season, against Westchester Ruston, Springfield came up on the short end of a 34-2 score. So this is the 5th time that the Springfield High School football team has attempted to win a District 1 championship. And we're not there yet, but that's the history. Around the left side, and down he goes. Stays in bounds very smartly.
Yes, he did.
The referee says keep the clock rolling. We're down to the 3-minute mark. Chester's down to 1 timeout. I'm starting to wonder whether Coach Shaw will even call the last timeout or not. Down 15 with the Cougars knocking at the door at the 8-yard line, where it's 3rd and 4 for Springfield.
Cougars are controlling the ball right now.
We're down to 2:33 remaining in regulation. Handoff up the middle.
That should be very close.
How's Luke Valerio with it? He might be dinged up a little bit, Bill, but he is out there.
Yeah, he's a tough kid.
This might be the final possession of his high school career, and Luke Valerio is on the football field. So now it's 4th and 1. The clock just ticked down inside of 2 minutes remaining in regulation. Hopkins over center. This is the favorite play. TJ in front of Luke. To Luke over the left side.
Touchdown.
Into the end zone for the touchdown. That's Luke Valerio's 3rd touchdown of the night and makes the score Springfield 33, Chester 12, with the point after touchdown to be attempted. Well, Cougar fans, wherever you are, it looks like your alma mater or the high school you root for is finally going to win a District 1 championship. We only have 1:49 remaining, and the Cougars are now up by 3 scores.
Tremendous second half by the Cougars.
That was the 3rd touchdown play by Luke Valerio.
Yeah.
DeConti to Ryan Powers to hold it. Suarez to kick it. The kick is up. And the kick is good. So with 1:49 remaining in tonight's District 1 championship game, that touchdown and extra point makes the score. Your hometown Cougars of Springfield 34 and the visiting Clippers of Chester High School 12. So should we say get Saxer Avenue ready for the celebration, Bill?
I think they're already celebrating on Saxer Avenue. You know, there's no question about that. Yeah, it's going to be a big night here in Springfield, celebrating the Cougars' victory over an excellent Chester High football team.
So with this victory, Springfield will move on to the state semifinal game either next Friday or next Saturday at a time and place to be determined, and they will be playing the very, very, very powerful Roman Catholic, Cahalites? Is that what they call them? Roman Catholic?
Yeah, that's correct. And
tremendous program.
A tremendous program there. You know,
kickoff from the 40, line drive, heading to the sideline. Don't know if the player touched it or not. They're going to put a flag down.
I think he did.
If he touched it, they should not be throwing the flag there, right?
That's correct.
But he must have missed it, and they're going to move the ball out to the 35-yard line, where it'll be first down 10 yards to go for Chester. So a very balanced offense today for Springfield. 3 running touchdowns from Luke Valerio, 2 receiving touchdowns from Shane Kilroy. Like we said at the top of the game, Chester throws the ball, but they can also run it when they have to. Looks like the winner of this game usually runs the ball but can throw it when they have to.
Yes.
And that's exactly what the Cougars did tonight with tight end Shane Kilroy. And some tremendous quarterbacking by sophomore John Hopkins.
Yes. With 1:42 to go, I think Chester's just going to call it the night.
Yeah, I'll be surprised if they try to get it down the field as well, Bill.
You know,
we'll see. They have a pass looking formation. Trips left, single receiver right. They may just keep playing till the end here. Back to pass goes Harris. Over to the right side. Ball carrier gets it. Nice reception there by Damon Fitzgerald. He's a senior at Chester High School.
Knocked out of bounds by Maddox Molesky.
Gets the ball across midfield into Springfield territory at the 48-yard line. Clock's down to 1:39. Ball carrier took it out of bounds, so the clock remains stopped until the ball is centered on the next play.
They're probably going to throw the ball deep here.
Springfield fakes the blitz.
And it's a,
Kept ball carrier over the left side. Stays in.
oh, we got some
Stays in bounds.
extracurricular activity going on out there.
That was Jarrell Palmer with the ball.
Might say that, Bill.
Palmer takes it down to the Cougar 43-yard line for a gain of 5. It'll be second down, 5 yards to go for the Clippers. We're at the 1 minute mark. 1 minute remaining in tonight's championship game. Little flea flicker action going on out there. Man lost his helmet. And Harris goes around the left side. A flag gets thrown. That was a crazy play. It looked like a flea flicker. One of the Chester players lost his helmet. A flag flew. So we'll see what's going to transpire here. Watching the referee. Chester coach on the field. That player's going to have to take a snap off the field. See what the officials call.
Personal foul against Chester.
They're moving the ball
Oh, without question.
down the field. Back to about the Clipper 34-yard line. That's a personal foul on Chester. Leaving second and a long way to go. About 27, 28 yards to go.
I'd like to see Coach Shaw take a knee here.
Well, there's still 48 seconds remaining. The clock is now rolling. And, Bill, you know, I think that is what they're going to do. There's 2 receivers out to the right. We'll see. There's no 4 receiver set here. Handoff around the left side. Nice run. Ball carrier taken down at the Springfield 40-yard line. We're down to 20 seconds remaining in tonight's championship game. And the clock is running. They just doused Coach Britton on the Springfield side. He's soaking wet over there. A lot of celebrating going on with the blue and gold fans. That will be the final play, or will it?
No, he called a timeout.
Well, we have 9 seconds to go, and Coach Shaw wants to let his kids make one more play here in what's been a fantastic career for these outstanding seniors at Chester High School. Meanwhile, the 9 senior Cougars who have been playing in the last 3 years, this victory in the last 3 years means these 9 players have won 44 games, lost 8, and are ending their high school career with a Central League championship, an undefeated regular season, and now a District 1 championship.
Tremendous season.
That is a lifetime memory for these
Without
guys.
question. Without question.
So we still have 9 seconds to go. Springfield's defense back out on the field. I predict a long pass to the end zone, Bill. What do you think?
Well,
That's what I would do if I was Coach Shaw. Why not?
that's not what I would do if I was Coach Shaw. I would have been back on I-95 at this particular time, heading back to Chester.
So 3 receivers to the right, 2 receivers each side. Back to pass. Harris. Short pass over the middle. Ball carrier gets it 30, 25, 20. Goes out of bounds. That is the end of tonight's championship game with the final score, your hometown Cougars of Springfield High School 34 and the visiting Clippers of Chester High School 12. You know, Bill, I think there's 1 second remaining in the game.
I think there is.
The referees are telling everybody get back to the sidelines. So we still have another play. It was interesting, when he got out of bounds, the 1 second had just barely left itself. So there's probably less than a tick to go. But one more play in the season here for the Chester Clippers, and one more play in this game for Springfield before they prepare for the state semifinal game next weekend against Roman Catholic. So that play did carry the ball down to the Springfield 20-yard line. 1 second left. See if Jalen Harris can throw one more touchdown pass in his high school career here. Harris, straight drop, horn goes, pass into the end zone, tipped away, incomplete. Now the football game is over with the final score, your hometown Cougars of Springfield 34 and the visiting Clippers of Chester High School 12. So the District 1 5A championship belongs to your hometown Cougars of Springfield High School.
Tremendous victory. Tremendous victory. Springfield just beat a very, very talented football team. Okay, very talented. And by that score of 34-12, I mean, that is a big win for the Cougars. And I guarantee you Roman Catholic is looking at that score. Okay, no question about it.
Yep, check the district website and your local papers or other information sources through the week for details on that semifinal state game. All we know is it'll be next Friday or Saturday at a place and time to be determined. One would hope that with Springfield being in Delaware County and Roman Catholic being in Philadelphia, that game will be played somewhere close to both those schools. So let's see what the PIAA decides to do with the venue next weekend for that semifinal game.
It should be another good football game.
So the players are going through the traditional handshake line at the end of what was a most entertaining championship game. So, Bill, before we sign off, do you have any final thoughts or comments about tonight's game, the season, anything you want?
Well, just congratulations to the Cougars. And Chester had a great season, 13-1. Okay, made it to the district championship. But I'll tell you what, the Cougars were a better team today. And they did what they had to do to win the football game. And I'll tell you what, Coach Britton and his staff did a great job. The play calling, the gutsy calling, just a tremendous job. And the players really, really executed. Defense, played great defense, made some big tackles, and the passes for touchdowns were unbelievable. So it looks like the Cougars are going to go celebrate. I think that's where all their parents are and their families are.
Look at that. Yeah, the entire team is running down to where their parents are hanging out over the railing on the trolley track side of the high school field. That's a great moment for those families. Gotta love that. Look at those kids. This is what high school's all about.
This is fantastic. Just fantastic. And I know those parents are so proud of these boys right now.
So I know I speak for Bill Adolph and Stan Johnson, and certainly for myself when I say that we have really, really enjoyed bringing you these home football games this season. Along with you, we've enjoyed the undefeated season, the Central League Championship, and now the very first District 1 championship in the history of Springfield High School. So with that, all we can say at this point until next season, we thank you for watching, and let's go Cougars.
Good job.